Yeah, I left when they were 4-1, and it went to 7-1.
7-1, yeah.
7-1.
So they play again tomorrow at 7:30 our time.
Probably maybe not there because they're so far ahead, but.
What's that?
That's the game I usually watch, is the one that comes on in the 6 to 7 time frame.
I know, because I could never make it to the end, especially when they go into overtime. But I also wanted to see Trump's speech tonight, so I don't know how late that's going to be. Probably late.
Oh, you can DVR that one.
Oh, that's a good idea. So who do we have this afternoon? Just you and me and Robert, or what?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm the timekeeper.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a timer.
Okay. And we have one waiting for a phone connection, and that's the first one at 1:30, 1086.
1086. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So everything's ready. I mean, it's up to you, Charlie. I mean, everything's set whenever you want to do anything.
I was just waiting for Ray to show up.
He's here.
I see. Okay, let's go.
Is this a phone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Mr. Mertens?
Yes.
This is Charlie Powers, the Appraisal Review Board. We have some administrivia to take care of before we get started. So just follow along with me. I'll have some questions for you near the end.
Okay.
We're opening a hearing on 2020-1086. Account number 8820918. Is that an 8? It's an 8. 8820918. This hearing is being recorded. We're the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. On Zoom are Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and myself, Charlie Powers. We do not work for the appraisal district. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Daniel, do we have all of your evidence?
There are a couple of evidences that have not been submitted from other mortgage companies that I've been denied refinance or finance from.
Well, Daniel, here's the problem.
Last one, what?
Daniel, here's the problem. You can't introduce anything after this point in time that hasn't already been sent in.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
I think
the law.
what I presented.
I have to abide by the law.
I agree. I think what I presented is cumulative, though, but we'll discuss that later.
All right. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I am physically located in the state of Texas.
I, Elizabeth Picarati, notarizing the board member signatures. I also.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Daniel.
Yes.
Daniel, I'm assuming that since you signed the affidavit, you'll be under oath for the duration of this hearing. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, very good, sir. Do you have in front of you, or can you put your hands on, the chart that was sent to you in the package called Hearing Procedure Times?
I would have to search for it. I do not have it right in front of me.
Okay,
Is it
well,
necessary?
well, not really. We'll walk you through it. The thing is, there are times for presentation, cross-examination, and rebuttal. And we'll
Oh,
walk
I see. Oh, yeah, yes. The time periods. Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we'll walk you through that. Kathy is keeping track of time this afternoon, and she'll tell you when you run out.
Okay.
Do you have a license as an appraiser in the state of Texas?
No.
Okay. The last question is, do you want to speak first, or do you want the district to speak first?
I would like to speak first, if I may.
You certainly may. You have 5 minutes, sir, to make your case.
Okay. My deal is this. I took possession or helped in replatting a parcel for a friend of mine that had been totally not. It was a zone, I think a zone 6, and had not been taken care of. Major flooding around the whole area. I worked with the city and Griffin and Brundett to replat the place, and he was able to sell off, and he's in the process of doing the last one of all the lots. I've noticed that the adjacent lot for the Friar Saltgrass apartment complex has been at like a low level for $285 a square foot for like 20 years, and it hasn't increased. Currently, the area floods, and I was informed by the city that it's the lowest point in Rockport. And the pumps kick in a block away before they even take care of our area, and they have no plans on changing that. Magnolia right-of-way, which is in front of my property, is unimproved, and they have no plans on changing that. Portions of my lot flood whenever there's hiring levels, and I have increased the levels to make that not so much of an issue, but it is a degradation, I believe, in the value of my property. Plus, also, when I initially built my duplex, I thought it would be okay, and I was under the guidance of Charter Bank there in Rockport with W. Williams, and they provided me the loan. I went through it all okay, but gave me no guidance. Later on, after I completed the construction loan, I was informed that because of MLS issues, I was not able to turn that construction loan into a normal mortgage loan. It went through 3 companies. Mr. Cooper, New American Funding, where there was a Stephanie Kesterline, which previously she had an office in Rockport, and then finally Wells Fargo, and you got the letter from Wells Fargo. They could not refinance my loan and change it because of that stipulation in the MLS. I feel that with the flooding and other issues degraded the value of my property and my ability to resell it. So I was stuck with it. So I had to refinance my property in St. Louis to pay down the construction loan and absorb some of the exorbitant interest costs. I hope this applies. It may not. But I just wanted to give you that evidence on why I don't feel. And the surrounding areas per square foot aren't valued as high as what you just did. When I was trying to get my refinance done to a regular mortgage, I had two appraisals done by two companies. One was 409,000. The other one was 412. It wasn't anywhere near the 499. And I honestly think that it's less than the 409 because I would have a hell of a time, excuse my language, selling it. I would have to find a private financier to buy the property because of MLS issues, which is another story, and I don't really think it's fair. But, I mean, that's my major point, is that it floods, the city has no plans on improving, I can't sell it easily, so I don't feel it's worth as much as the comps that you presented. Even though it's a great place and I love it, it's a nice home I built. But those other issues predominantly affect what I do with the property. So I had to take in the burden of paying down my construction loan to then be able to take a loan with Charter Bank at a high interest rate that I can't even change for another year. So maybe other properties will come up in the near term to allow me to take another chance at refinancing, but I've already lost thousands in doing so. But I love the area. So, but I don't feel that it's worth the high value that you guys appraised it at. And that's really my case. I provided pictures with you on the various staging of flooding around the area. I've talked with the city multiple times, and I've even installed at my own cost grates and drainage systems that eventually they plan on connecting to, but they haven't. The Saltgrass Apartments have paved their area, which is, you know, their taxes haven't went up. It really doesn't make sense. And, you know, you can cost of scale, but it really doesn't make sense in that fact. But they have directed a drainage flow right to the area that causes all the flooding, and they've paved it. So now the flooding's even worse. So in that regard, I don't feel that the comps that were presented to me are a realistic viewpoint because they've already said my area is the lowest part in Rockport, and they have no plans of improving it. So that's my case.
So your time is up. You'll get a few minutes later on. So the district now has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes for their presentation. So 7 minutes, is it
Okay.
right? Right?
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you tell me, I didn't quite catch or understand the part about the difficulty selling it. If you wanted to sell it, why it would be difficult.
I could not, because of MLL issues, that there were no comparable properties that had sold in the area, even incorporating some of Aransas Pass and Corpus Christi, where duplexes in my situation have sold.
Okay.
Even though my property appraised, I'll just add a little bit, even though my property appraised above and beyond the value, they would not accept my loan because there were no MLS comps.
Who is they?
Mr. Cooper, New American Funding, and Wells Fargo.
Okay. The other question that I have is was looking over you gave us an appraisal in your evidence, and it was for
Yes.
I think it was for 412, and
Correct.
And you talked about another appraisal that you had, and it was at 409. Is that right?
Correct.
So you
Yes.
got a
But
four. Go ahead.
even at those levels, they would not accept the loan, even though I had a lower. I mean, the land was mine, and I had a lower loan value to Charter Bank. They would not accept the loan because of the fact of the MLS issues. So in my mind, that degrades the value of the property.
Yeah, I understand that. So you got a 412, a 409. What is your opinion of value?
I I would have to say below 4. I mean, I love the property, honestly. I think it's worth a lot. But if I can't sell it, what does it mean? You know?
Daniel, like below
I
4,
would say 375.
you would say 375?
Yes, sir. I would have to go that low to have a single financial person that has the financial responsibility to buy it, to
Yeah,
purchase it. Because I almost got to the point because my refinance efforts went past a year and I almost liquidated all my funds because
yeah, yeah, I understand that.
of the situation.
Right, I get it. That doesn't help us with arriving at a value. Um,
Well, it should because I can't sell it.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna do my evidence.
Okay, you have 4 minutes, Ray.
Yeah, no problem. So this property is located in South Rockport. It's at
Yes,
913 East Second Street.
correct.
You'll notice that we have a value of 466 on it. And the main problem with this value is that we have $200,000 in the land, $198,000 in the land, and I don't believe that that's accurate, and it's causing problems in this account.
It's not. Exactly.
And so let's look at a sales grid here. You look at the sales grid, it gives a median value of 444. All the comps are in the South Rockport area. None of the comps are duplexes. We actually don't necessarily have this property classed as a duplex. I think we suspected that it was a duplex. It has the way that it's set up was that it was probably a duplex. Sometimes
Yes.
people will build stuff like this down here for family use with 2 entrances. So we weren't 100% sure, but nevertheless, we valued this on.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
Daniel, you got to hold on a second.
wanna
You're gonna
say-
get it,
Oh,
Daniel.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna get a turn, man.
I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind.
So the value of it that we're valuing is at market. We're not trying to approach this from like an income approach or anything like that. But the equity grid gives a 455, all 5 FBs in South Rockport. Our median value is 444 on one grid, 455 on the other grid. The district's opinion of value is that the 412,000 in the fee appraisers package, our fee appraisers paperwork there in his evidence. I looked at it. It's really not a bad. I usually kind of complain about these guys' work most of the time, but this one's not too bad. They did go to Corpus and get a comp, and I think Aransas Pass and get a comp, but the comp that they went to pick wasn't too bad. Because I don't trust our number, the most trustworthy number that I see here is their number, which is $412,000. And that's all I have.
Okay, Daniel, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for protest or rebuttal, so I'm gonna give you 4 minutes.
Okay. My only thing is, I love the property. I want to keep it. I realize they gave it a value, and I appreciate what you just said. I just really, unless I can find something else, I'll have a hard time selling the property. And, you've expressed your opinions towards that. and I appreciate what you've done. I would like you to consider at least 400,000 as the maximum value. If not, I will accept the 412. That's it.
Okay, anything else you want to add? You have a couple of minutes.
I don't know. It's just I've had to do so much work. My the person, Farr Brothers Builders, went bankrupt, so I no longer even have any home equity in the place. I mean, home liability backup. I would have to go to court to do that. So it's just been a rough experience. I've worked hard with the city to provide sewer access to all the lots around my place. And the apartment complex, it's really surprising to me that they have such a low value for their 3.5 acres, which hasn't changed in, I think, 15 to 20 years. And then the Bass brothers, or some brothers across the street, their values are still way low. So economy of scale, I don't think my lot is worth near as much as it should be. But anyway, that's it. I'm being redundant here. I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Ray, you now have 2 minutes for district rebuttal.
I don't have one, Kathy. I think we're good. I mean, I'm good. I think I've said my piece. I can answer any questions.
May I add one other point? I'm sorry.
Sure, sure, you'll have one more minute in a second. I'll just let me
Okay.
let Ray finish, and then if he wants to give you a minute of his
All right.
time, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy, I'm okay. We can move on.
Okay, Daniel, go ahead. You can take his time.
Okay. So one thing I additionally tried to do is that because I couldn't really have an orchard next to my house, in which I had irrigated, I thought about selling the portion that is larger than my home is on, within city guidelines. And I could not do it because Magnolia right away is not improved and they have no plans on doing it. I was given the option to pay for it myself or in portion, or try to get a variance for a right of way. And both through Amanda Torres were difficult situations to do. So I'm kind of locked in that kind of situation, which makes me even think the value is worth less. That's it.
Okay, your time is up, although you do have 1 minute for closing if you need it.
No, that's about it, because I still have the option to do a variance. And, I appreciate how much the city has worked with me. It's just, I'm kind of in a tough situation as far as that goes. But I appreciate this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ray, you have a minute for closing.
I don't disagree with anything that the homeowner is saying about the land. To me, it's an obvious that it's obviously the problem with the value here. And I'm just gonna stick with the fee appraiser's number. I think Daniel ended up saying a number of 400 and the fee appraiser's at 412. So I'm very content just handing those two numbers to you guys and letting y'all make a decision.
Okay, it's now time for the ARB to have their 5 minutes of deliberation.
I go for 400.
I was just going to say that I'm on 400.
Okay, I was gonna go 412, but yeah, I can go with 400.
Okay, I make a motion regarding account 88200918 in addressing incorrect appraised market value and appraisal ratio exceeding the immediate level of appraisal. Based on what we've heard from the district and from the property owner, we're going to lower the price on the property on account again 88200918 to 400,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're done. Thank you, Daniel, for bringing excellent information.
Thank you for your time.
You'll get some information
I
in the
appreciate
mail,
it.
sir, and you're also going to get a survey about your experience with the ARB. We would appreciate it if you complete it.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Aye.
No one has showed up for calls,
Okay,
but we do have an affidavit
okay,
that we can use, right?
sure,
For a Torres Charlie,
okay.
case number 1177.
Wait, let me understand, there's nobody else waiting?
Nope.
What about the ones where we have protests on like 4 properties? Are they here?
That was Ryan, and they never submitted anything or called.
So we're not doing that? We're not going to be doing those?
No,
Okay.
there'll be a no-show.
Okay, opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1177, account 18281. This is an affidavit hearing. This hearing is being recorded. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing the protest today. For the record, it's Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and myself, Charles Powers. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of the protest. Protester has the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F. I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in the state of Texas.
I, Elizabeth Picarazzi, do notarize in the board member's signature. I also am located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I do solemnly swear from the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
And the district representative will now read the affidavit into the record.
Okey-doke. This is the property owner's affidavit of evidence. Section 1 is name and address and email, phone number, that stuff. Section 2 is property description, 317 South Fuqua, Rockport, Texas, 78382. Section 3, checked, incorrect appraised market value.
Okay, just a minute, Ray. On our sheets, we have both Q1 and Q2, so we're just going to do Q1, right?
The sheet,
Sheet was an online protest, so I'm assuming
okay,
that
no,
was,
let's treat the online protest, we'll do Q1 and Q2.
Okay,
Yep.
That was the protest. So Q1, Q2, thank you for that.
Carry
okay.
on.
Section 4, evidence, shows that there's 2 pages. Let's see here, section 5. Small cottage that had minor repairs after Harvey. No major additions other than a porch and outside rents station. Section 3, hearing type, I intend to appear by telephone conference call for this hearing. Section 7, Travis County with a notary of Diane Barbosa. And this was notarized August 25th of 20. The next page here shows a photo, a side angle photo of the cottage with the mentioned porch. And the next photo shows the front of the cottage with someone sitting in a chair. And that is all that's there. Okay, and the district evidence is, wait here in a minute. This property is on South Fuqua Street. It's down the road from us here. And there it is. It is a very small cottage. Let's see, what's the square footage of this thing? It is 400 square feet. We don't have the porch. We have $4,900 and something on the structure. And is that right? And $42,000. Am I looking at the right data here? Yep. And $42,000 on the land. Total comes out to $47,740. Okay. All right, great. So sales grid shows. Okay, so the sales grid shows a land sale for a piece of land half the size of the subject, just land, for $36,000 in 2019. Same street, about 5 blocks away to the south. Vern Street is the next comp. It's for land. It's the same size piece of land. It is a block away, 1 street away, sold for $65,000. The next comp is on Bay Street. It's on the intersection of Bay and Fuqua. It's over, well, kind of. It's where the old car wash used to be. Sold for $150,000 for about the same size piece of land, but it has some commercial attributes. And comp number 4 sold on Cassuth Street, about 5 blocks away, same area, 2 streets over, sold for $18,000 for half the size. Gives a median value of $63,380. Equity value is $48,212. All from this general area here. There's one on Dowdy, one on Vern. All of these roads run parallel with each other. We comped small homes, small as we could get them, and as low as class as we could get them, because the subject is our lowest class in our entire system. 1 pH minus, which is a home that's made of asbestos siding.
Right, can I ask you a question? Why, I mean, other than the porch, which apparently you don't have,
You don't have it.
why was the value on the property raised? It's just a tiny little box.
Well, I'm sure we raised the land here.
I see the land, but I mean, you didn't raise the property, the house, the improvement much, but I'm just wondering, according to their notes, nothing's been done to it.
Yeah, right. So let's take a look at Picto. And
Scott,
Scott,
are you running the system?
Sorry, yes? Yes, sir?
Could you put the screen up on our big screen?
It should be, is it not?
Nope.
No, it's not on our iPads or whatever.
Oh,
No.
I'm sharing, I thought this was it. I'm sharing this screen 1.
what is it? Oh, okay.
And I can see it on my Kindle or Fire or whatever. I can see the Picto.
Huh.
There you go.
That's the button. Remember that button.
All
Yeah, I
right.
don't-
So split the screen and put us on, keep that side, Scott, and then on the other side over here, put 17, put a hurricane year. Let's just see what happens here. So that's why we did it. We just upped the years based on that there's been some changes to this thing.
Okay.
didn't-
That
we
was
didn't add
just-
the- we
It's
didn't
not
add-
much.
No, we didn't add the porch. We actually didn't even add the shed. I'm not sure why. Maybe lack of. Oh, so we didn't do either one of those. Okay, Kathy, we put a neighborhood adjustment in this neighborhood. I completely forgot about that. The reason that it went up was because we raised all the improvements from Market Street to like 9th or 10th Street, bordered in Monkey Road to 35. We raised them all.
Okay. All right. It's only $600. I was just.
So it's okay. I mean, I was wrong anyways. It's, if you can see the screen, Scott's showing what we did.
It's like
Yeah,
a 15%.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But yes, we did. Manning Market South. 15% on everything. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Scott.
I don't see how this could go much lower.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
know.
don't either.
I don't know what else to say, guys. I'll put it in y'all's hands.
Are you
I say
done?
leave it the way it is.
I agree. I
I'm
think
fine with
it's
that.
still below market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost a pitiful piece of property, but, oh, well. Okay, so we're gonna leave it where it is?
Yeah.
All right, on account 18281, and address the incorrect appraised market value and appraisal ratio exceeding median level of appraisal, based on, information from the property owner's affidavit and the district. The ARB is going to leave the price as it is noted at $47,740.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're done. Case is closed.
Okay, Beth is gonna come back and tell us, what do we do next?
You said there wasn't anybody else out there.
Yeah, it sounds like we're off the hook until 3, but I thought maybe you guys would want to know if there was any 3 o'clock affidavits, but
Yeah, no, if there are, we'll do them.
but
Yeah, sure.
it looked like they were shaking their head no at me, and then they said they would come back. So maybe they're gonna double check.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Nothing until 3. We have 1 phone, 1 video, and 3 in-person surgery.
All right.
Sorry, we had what?
We're off till 3.
Yeah, you're good till 3.
We're done till 3?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
We are in recess till 3 o'clock.
All
right.
right. See you then.
Y'all a bit.
You can take that picture off,
Please.
please. Yeah, right.
I was gonna have her check my
We'll have her do it on Friday.
card, that's what I was gonna do it, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, don't forget.
Huh?
Don't forget.
I'll just have to get that thing out of the drawer.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Are you off there now?
till 3.
Are you off?
Yeah, you can come on.
Communities. We also see pain, hurt, and destruction in the aftermath of yet another Black man shot by police.
Ah,
Jacob
Why don't
Blake
they talk about
shot 7 times in the back in broad daylight
Yeah.
in front of his 3 young sons. Several times in the back, in broad daylight, in front of his 3 young sons. As Vice President Biden put it,
Who's on the console?
I don't know. Nobody showed up. I just got a text from Val saying we could start at
Yeah.
2:45.
Yep.
Oh,
Hi, Kathy.
hey, what, I just heard somebody say something.
Oh, we just got a text from Val saying we could start at 2:45 if we can all get here.
Oh, I'm here.
I'm here.
So we're here. Where are they?
I'm here.
Only three of us, right? So,
Val?
Val's
There's-
not here, but she's tell Val we're ready to roll.
Which one?
I don't know, sorry.
you got somebody in person or on the phone?
I believe they're on the phone, not sure. Is it an affidavit or is it a phone or?
Phone.
Phone.
Sorry, I didn't grab this one. Can you grab it?
Yeah, I don't have them up here though. I assume they're calling in here.
Yeah, she said no later than 2:45, so.
Okay, good.
All right, case number is gonna be 664, account number 24720. Last name is Bruce.
Okay, got it.
Can you grab that stuff?
Hungry. Maybe, I was just assuming the next person calling in will be him.
Let me grab it. I assume no, somebody else is on the phone right now.
Got it. All right, they are here. This is going to be a Zoom person here, and I'm gonna bring them in on Zoom as soon as you're ready.
We're ready.
He's in now. His video is blocked, and he has no microphone yet. So.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, all right, we have video now. It's actually on Zoom.
Oh.
Good afternoon. Do we have sound?
They do not have microphone sound on there. I mean, from what I can see on them, I see them I can see them just like you should be able to see them too. They're, let's see if I can do anything.
I can't see them.
I see them, but I can't.
Melissa?
Sorry, say again.
Should we have something to turn
Well, there's not, I don't know, maybe they don't have a microphone. See, because like they don't have here, I can chat with them.
This person right here?
It's that person right there. Okay, I'm gonna try to chat with them here. Chat.
Worst comes to worst, they could always,
See if there's, stay back here. Did you get a phone number on it?
The little post-it.
Okay, because there's another phone number here.
Yeah, that's probably somebody else. I was on the phone with somebody.
Okay. So I sent them a message telling them to please turn on their microphone, but I have not heard back from them. And they have no microphone, they have just the video there. And that's all I can do. My choices are chat, stop video, spotlight video, make them the host, put them in the waiting room, remove or report. I don't have,
I understand.
so it looks like they're calling something on the phone now. Maybe she's texting them.
Can't they just call in on the phone instead of Zooming?
Yep. Or you might tell the person that they can always do it on their phone, which that will always have a microphone.
Well, they haven't answered my please turn on your microphone.
Oh, I was just on the phone with her. Okay, I'll
Okay,
go call her
so-
back and tell her.
So what, I sent her a chat to do that. It should have come across her screen. So you're on the phone, does she want to be on the phone and on Zoom?
She wants to be on Zoom.
Okay, she needs to just turn on her microphone.
Okay.
Because we can't hear her. She might be able to hear us, but we can't hear her.
Yeah.
Where's she say?
No, it's a pickle word. The words. The lamp is over out there. What? One of those spots. One of those lights on out there.
Well, I'm on Zoom. We're just getting there.
There we go.
There it is.
On the phone that wants to talk to you.
I can't. I'm in a conference call meeting right now. I'll just
Okay.
have to get a phone number back.
Hello.
Melissa, we can
This
hear
is
you now.
Bruce. Hear me okay?
We can hear you now.
Okay. Hang on just one second. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. Bye-bye.
We can hear you now.
Do we know when we're going or?
We're going now. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no, I keep losing them.
Okay. We're ready to rock and roll here. We're opening a hearing on case
Hang
ID.
on. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
All right. Sorry. Just,
that's all
we're not
right.
very technical buffs, but hang on just one second. Close the door.
Where are we?
We are right there in the corner. There we are.
Okay.
Dr. Bruce,
Yes. Good afternoon.
good afternoon. You ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Okay. We have some administrivia to take care of. Just follow along.
Yes, sir.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-664, account number 24720. This hearing is being recorded. We have the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protests today. Present on Zoom are Kathy Hoffman, Robert David, and myself, Charles Powers. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/survey-ARB. The survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. This is important, Dr. Bruce. Do we have all your evidence?
I believe you do, sir. I gave it to Valerie yesterday. Ms. Smith.
If you gave it to Valerie, we have it. In accordance with Tax Code Section, the ARB members who are considering a protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I am signing to that effect, and I have physically located in the state of Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in the state of Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Elizabeth Thicker, be notarized and board member signatures. I also am located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Right?
Oh, yeah. I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Dr. Bruce, my assumption is that since you signed the affidavit, you're under oath for the duration of the hearing.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Do you have available to you the time limits page, the hearing procedure times document? It was a chart that was sent out with the appraisal district package.
The times?
Yes, it has procedure time. Time to present, time for cross-examination, rebuttal.
Well, I don't have that right with me now, Mr.
Well,
Powers,
that's
I'm
all
sorry.
That's all right. We have Kathy's keeping time for us today, so she'll tell you when you run out of time.
Okay. Yes, sir, thank you.
Do you get to choose who goes first, the district or you?
Well, I'll let the district go first.
Okay, Ray, you have 5 minutes.
10-4. I've looked at at Mr. Bruce's evidence, and I want to get to it pretty quickly here. So what I want to do is, looks like equity and market are under protest. I'm going to be pretty quick here. So the district has a median value on its sales grid at 330 and an equity value at 301,600. And that's it. Let's get to him.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Bruce, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes for your presentation, so 7 minutes.
Well, I don't know that there will necessarily be any cross-examination. I do know I have seen the 27 to 29 pages of evidence that the district has presented, and I see very little of it that is applicable to my property. Out of that eon's worth of paperwork, is there some way of cutting to the chase and getting it down to applicable lots in a similar location?
Dr. Bruce, you're dealing with the government here. There is no way for us to have less paper.
Okay. All right. Well, then no further questions.
All right. You get to present your case, Dr. Bruce.
You have 5 minutes to present your case.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate you all taking the time to hear our side of the story. Basically, we have a lot on 57 Nassau, and there's no other lot in the entire county that is more similar or comparable in value to 57 Nassau than is 55 Nassau. They sit side by side. They share 80 feet of property line together, and that's about as close as you can get. For the first incorrect market value, 55 Nassau sold in July of 2019 for $200,000. And that was disclosed to the district by the purchaser of the property. And they're in their records where it basically says that, okay, this lot sold for $200,000 in July of 19. And still they have increased my property value from the previous $200,000 to $301,000 when the most applicable sales comp in the area sold for $200,000. So as to incorrect market value, July 19 is a pretty recent sale, and I think it's the most applicable you'll find. The second half of the argument is that 55 Nassau is appraised at $194,480. It was appraised that way in 19, it's appraised that way in 2020 rather. And 57 Nassau was appraised at $200,000 in 2019, and now it's appraised at $301,600. So likewise, I think it's unequal to comparable properties in its valuation. Going through the rest of it, you know, I can go through the fact that one of the pictures that I had presented was actually one given by the district, which shows the lots sitting side by side. I mean, these are two identical lots. They both face northwest onto a wide portion of the canal. In spite of the evidence that the district gave, there's no curbs and no gutters on Nassau. And in Unit 2 and Unit 3, there are curbs and gutters, and the majority of Key Allegro, that is the case. And the elevation is a real issue with Unit 1. I also submitted our elevation certificate that has been done recently, and it basically will tell you that the average elevation of our lot is at 3.6 feet above sea level. Further, I have submitted a sampling of Unit 2, which was 35 Flamingo, which I had happened to have had access to an elevation certificate there, and they're at 4.6 feet of elevation. With the new building codes being that you have to have a minimum of 7.5 feet as the lowest portion of your building, then basically we've got to build up 4 feet to build on top of that lot. And so that's bottom line is I don't see how you could have a lot that is any more similar in value, both in market value as well as in appraisal value. Something I don't understand how it's being done, and that's basically why I'm asking for the appraisal review board to look at it and see if they can make sense out of it. To me, both lots are the exact same. One's appraised at $194,480, then the other one ought to be appraised at $194,480.
Okay, is there anything else? Anything else you want to add? You still have 3 minutes.
No, that's basically it. This is my comp. Can't give you a better comp, and this is the discrimination or dissimilarities of the two valuations of the property by the district.
Okay. The district now has. Are you finished?
I am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The district now has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal, so 4 minutes.
The district does not have a cross-examine, and the district does not have a rebuttal.
Can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
Can we pull up 55 Nassau?
Yeah, I did. Its value is 194, Kathy.
It is valued at 194. Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's a land table. There's a land. Pull up Picto, Scott. Please, I'm sorry. There's a land table break between these two properties. Yeah, I know that. You notice I didn't cross-examine or rebut. but I probably at least owe an explanation. The district will struggle dealing with properties that have a view of Little Bay being in the same street, neighborhood, whatever you want to say, as canal lots that don't. This one's a little bit harder. The other units are better. As far as their view of Little Bay is concerned, so the value of it is a little bit easier to nail down. But if you want to know why it's there, that's why it's there. I'm not defending this though. I'm not saying this by way of defense. I'm just saying that's why it's there.
Well, there's a land break between those two properties because his property is closer to Little Bay than the other one.
Kathy, to be specific, to be above board, I guess you could say, is that at one time that land break was further, what is that, east? What direction? Yeah, further east. And then the lot sold for 200,000. So we moved the land table because obviously we were wrong. You follow me? So the land table that's in question, that's causing this discrepancy, this obvious issue, is a land table that is associated with properties that have a Little Bay view. So I know, and it's okay, we get critiqued and stuff, I get it, but I'm just letting you guys know that as soon as we say that's not an issue, like, hey, let's not have a Little Bay land table, then something will sell and it'll be a third or 50% higher than a canal lot, and then we'll be wrong on that one. So we just need to get this right today. You guys need to get this right today.
Okay.
Can I ask another question, Ray?
Yes, I'm going to give you, Mr. Bruce, I believe that Ray is through with his rebuttal, so you have 2 minutes for protester rebuttal, so you can go right ahead.
Well, I don't know exactly where they get their land table, but as I delineated in my letter and didn't go into it because I didn't think it was going to be applicable, but 3 years ago, when I first owned that property, I approached Tommy Moore, who's a friend of mine on the navigation district, hoping that I could get Tommy to agree with the district that, hey, I'm not in a canal. I'm out here on Little Bay. Because if any of you have dealt with the Key Allegro entity and their restrictions on how far you can build out over the bulkhead into the water, it's very cumbersome compared to what the navigation district will allow. The navigation district, as you first come into Key Allegro, those homes that are directly on the right, they're not staying within 5 feet of the bulkhead because they're considered on the canal, or rather on Little Bay and not in a canal. So when I specifically asked Tommy Moore about that, and you can back up to another picture that I had presented, which was just kind of a shot, but Tommy Moore told me they use the natural lay of the land to determine what was dug as a canal and what was there naturally. And according to him, I was on a canal, so therefore I'm subject to Key Allegro's regulations over the water, which would not be the case if I were on, as you can see from the picture that is showing here, the boat slips that are out on the other side of Nassau, they're allowed to be built out because they're on Little Bay. They're not in a canal. But because the way that the navigation district looks at it, I'm in a canal. Now, I'm okay if the navigation district and Key Allegro and the appraisal district are all on the same page, but everybody makes up their own rules. And so that's why I went to what I thought was the neutral party, the navigation district. And that's what he told me. Now, obviously, if there's a justification that the appraisal district has of why that land table is there and not out with the natural lay of the land, which would be a lot or two past mine, further to the west, then great. I mean, if all I'm saying is if we're going to play by the navigation district rules, or we're going to play by Key Allegro's rules, or we're going to play by the appraisal district. But come on, guys, you can't just arbitrarily say, oh, we're going to move the line over 65 feet.
Okay, so your time is up. The district now has a minute for closing, and then you'll have a minute for closing.
Yeah, so I guess I need to respond to that. A couple of things that I think, well, one is when I was talking about that land table line, I was not defending value. In fact, I haven't defended value. I just want Mr. Bruce to know that. I have not once argued with his opinion of value. The second thing is we can move our land table line wherever we want, whenever we want. We just have to do it by market activity. We have no relationship with any entity. We don't know the zone. We don't do any of this stuff. They are purposely not in our business, and we are purposely not in theirs. I don't even know who the navigation, I don't even know one person that works at the navigation district. So we don't talk to them, they don't talk to us, and the system is set up that way on purpose to keep people out of our business and influencing us. So we can move a land table however we want. There's no rules to it. We just have to be right. So if I was right, I would defend the value. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Sir, you have 1 minute for closing. Or maybe
So, okay, so in summary, 55 Nassau, 57 Nassau, they're the exact same lot, located right next to each other. Both of them very, very low lots, both of them unbuilt on. So obviously an older home that already has an established home on that has significant greater value to me. I'm going to have to build up 4 feet to start to build a house on. The land table is what it is. It's just what it is. But the two properties are similar, and they should be priced the same. I mean, yes, my lot has not sold because I'm not willing to sell it, and so far unwilling to build on it. So I'm just stuck. But I do appreciate everyone's time, and I know it's a very difficult year for you because it's been really hard on all the small businesses, and at the same time, the appraisal district has decided to really hone in on making sure that commercial properties are paying their fair share.
Okay,
so I'm sure it's a big year for you.
Thank you, sir. The appraisal review board now has 5 minutes to deliberate and come up with their decision.
I don't think there's anything ambiguous here. They are two identical lots.
I'm for 200,000.
Identical situation. Well, it was, the other one's appraised at 194, I believe I heard.
194. Yeah, 194, I believe.
Yeah. So this one should be 194.
I agree. Robert?
Well, I unfortunately for Dr. Bruce, I'm kind of swaying the other way. I mean, as the district has said, the land break for the land table has got to be somewhere. I was going to ask the question on property 24721 to the left of what we're seeing here in the pictogram. I just want to be sure that the Dr. Bruce's property is not any higher on a per square foot basis than that lot.
Okay, you want to pull that one up?
But I can see it both ways.
You want to look at that lot?
Yeah, I would, just to.
Okay. So can you guys pull that up for us?
298. That's on the
Okay.
Little Bay land table, 298.
Okay.
Well, it's really unfortunate where that break is, but, you know, I think what the property owners brought to us with the navigation district issues, I realized that one doesn't talk to the other, but they seem to be issues that would more likely put that as a canal lot than a Little Bay lot. I don't know. I'm with 200,000 or 194.
Yeah, I can be swayed. I mean, looking at the picto, I can see two places where you might argue that the canal stops and the bay starts, and so it's
yeah.
not clear cut.
No.
Oh.
So, and it's sold for 200,000. I mean, if you looked at them, there's absolutely no difference between the two of them. And besides that fact, the houses to the left of his are still standing after the storm. I know he didn't have a house there, but they don't have to build up 7 feet because they're already there.
Yeah.
So he's got some big expenses in terms of building on that lot.
Yeah, that's a detriment to the value of the lot for sure.
I agree.
Okay, I can be swayed.
Okay, so where do you want to be, Charlie?
194.
Okay. Make a motion on account 24720 regarding incorrect appraised market value and appraisal ratio exceeding median level of appraisal based on what we've heard from the property owner and from the district. It's the ARB's decision to lower the price on 24720 to 194,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Case closed. We're done.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you all for your time. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
You're
Dr.
gonna
Bruce.
you're going to get something in the mail that delineates what we just said, and you're also going to get a questionnaire on your experience with the ARB. We would appreciate it if you fill that out.
Be glad to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, the next one is going to be on the phone. It is case number 1504. He has 2 properties. First one we're doing is 1504, property number 27866. Name is McPhee.
Okay. Want to take the picto down?
I'm sorry.
1504.
Was this on the phone? I didn't hear that correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. McBee?
Mr. McGee,
Yeah,
this is Charlie Powers at the Appraisal Review Board. How are you today?
good, Charlie. How about yourself?
Fine, thank you. We're going to start with 1623 Water Street,
Okay.
account 27866. Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. We have some administrivia to take care of, so you just follow along, and I have some questions toward the end.
Yes, sir.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1504, account 27866. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. Present on Zoom is Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and myself, Charles Powers. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your request, your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. This is very important, Gary. Do we have all of your evidence?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. When we go to the second account, I'm not going to ask this question again. So we've got it for everything, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I am signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in the state of Texas.
As you do notarizing the board member's signature, I also am located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear from the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District.
Gary, I'm assuming that because you signed the affidavit, you're under oath for the duration of the hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Do you hold a Texas appraiser license?
No.
Do you have, or can you put your hands on the hearing procedure times chart?
Hearing procedure times chart?
Yes, it was in your package. It shows
Yeah.
the
The
presentation.
3 o'clock time.
What's
I mean,
that?
well, originally,
No. The hearing procedure times, it's a chart of how we're going to conduct the hearing. It's presentation, cross-examination,
yes.
rebuttal.
Where it says hearing procedure times.
Yes,
Yes, I have it.
excellent. Would you like to go first, or would you like the district to speak first?
The district is welcome to speak first.
Okay, Ray, 5 minutes.
Okey-doke. Let's see here. This property is located on Water Street, South Rockport area, way down towards the end. That's 3rd Street. That's the end of Water Street there. That's it right there. So this is let me see here. Got a value on that property of 280,890. Says here that the 2019 market value was 294,460, 294,000 and change, and now we're at 280,000 and change. And that sales comparison approach to value. What do we have on the protest here? I should have.
Okay, we got Q1 and Q2. We have other called hurricane damage, and
Okay.
we have incorrect appraisal or market value of land under special appraisal for ag use.
Okay, fair enough. So on the market approach to value, you'll see a median value there at 298. Comp number 1 and comp number 2 are both good comps from a net adjustment standpoint. $10,000 adjustment on one and a $26,000 adjustment on the other. One gives a value of 291, the other gives a value of 298. Comp number 3 is located on Water Street, sold for 464. It is on the 1400 block, and the subject is on the 1600 block. It's quite a bit larger than the subject. Better house. You'll notice a larger adjustment there, $113,000 adjustment, and it comps out at 350. One of the differences between these two is that the first two comps are on Bay Vista, which is a little further south, and the Water Street comp is, Water Street, it's right there. And Water Street's a little bit more desirable than Bay Vista or Shell Ridge Road. Let's see, Equity Grid gives a value of 278, showing us to be $2,000 high. 4FB, both on Water Street, both on the same block. 1600 block, and then one of the comps is over on Bay Vista. So that's at so the equity grid is at 278. We're at 280, and that's it. That's all I got. It looks like maybe this thing is listed. I don't see any listing pictures in here, but I did see that on our front page there that it says currently listed at 330. So if it's listed, we would have updated the home per listing information. Just, it would have given us some insight into the value of the home.
Or is it currently listed or not?
I think it is. We have it that it's currently listed, but the appraiser who made the package did not put a photocopy of the listing in the package.
Okay.
So.
All right. Anything else you want to? You still have a couple of minutes.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine.
Oh, okay, then. Is it Gary?
Yes.
Gary, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes for your presentation, or just 7 minutes. So you can go ahead.
Well, I think we can make this quick. I mean, my protest, and usually when you file a protest, I usually hear from, like a mediator first, which never happened. This just came in, but my protest is about the increase in the market value of the improvements. It's not in the overall appraised value. I have a problem with the way that the market value of the improvements was increased by 253%. And that's basically the crux of my protest, is that is, in my mind, with everything that's happened to the property in the last couple of years, that is certainly the value of the improvements has not increased 253%. And I mean, if you have my little bullet points there, and I don't know whether y'all have them, I'm happy to read them. But as a matter of fact, I will do that since I'm on the clock. But, the house construction predates World War II. That is, by the way, in conflict with what is with the information that the city sent out. Garage was destroyed in Harvey. Third bedroom, third bathroom were destroyed in Harvey. Neither have been replaced. No garage. That was where our washer dryer was. Our pier, and I realize this is as of January 1, 2020, but our pier was destroyed here recently in Hannah, so that's gone. And then obviously the property next to us on the north side is a year-round rental. So we have, in my mind, I don't see how the market value of our improvements increased 253%.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? You still have about 4.5 minutes. Or you
No,
can have
I'm good.
Okay. Then Ray, would you like to answer his questions in your cross-examine and district rebuttal? We have 4 minutes.
I could try to. I'll speak about it a little bit. While he was talking, I looked, Scott scrolled through the account so that I could take a look at it. The couple of things to say is, one, the appraisal district could raise someone's, anywhere in the state of Texas, the appraisal district can raise the value 253% on the market value. The only limitation to that is if it's a homesteaded property, which would cap the raise at 10%. The market value would still change, but the assessed value would be limited. But if it's not a homesteaded property, then 253% is a percentage that it could go up. When I looked at the account, one of the things that we noticed was that this account had a distribute value in it that was there and just shouldn't have been there. It is unfortunate that it was there and not caught. The improvement value on this structure had been frozen And so when we took that distribute value out, that had been there, and then we put it to calculation where we said, okay, you can calculate now and not have just a distributed number stuck in place. Then it calculated, and we updated the home, which would be to the next point. So it's a pre-World War II home. The next question would be, is it still a pre-World War II home? Has it been updated?
Are you asking me the question right now, or is that
Yeah,
a rebuttal for me?
I'm asking you the question. Has it been updated?
The bones of the house are still the 1940 structure. It has new siding. It has a new roof. That's I guess how I would most accurately answer that question.
Okay, what is the other things, like what's the kitchen countertop made out of?
It's tile.
Tile countertop. What are the floors? Are they hardwood floors?
They're the original hardwood floors.
Okay. Does the house have sheetrock?
The house has the original paneling on the inside.
Okay. Is there insulation?
There's insulation where we've added windows, and we've been able to put insulation around the windows, but the most of the house is not insulated. Most of the walls of the house are not insulated. We did insulate when we put a new roof in. So the top is insulated, but the walls are not.
Right. So you got this, right. Okay. So it has had some updating. It's not completely updated. It just has had some updating.
Yes. Again, the exterior siding and the roof are new. So that really constitutes, in my mind, the facade of the structure.
Okay. Yeah.
Is updated.
I hear you. Okay. So the issue for the appraisal district then would just be that we found an account that had a distributed value in it. We removed that value. We saw a listing, and it could have been more like this. It could have actually worked this way. We saw a listing for a house for sale. We looked at the account. We noticed it had a distributed value. We put the value to calculate. We looked at some photos. We looked at pictometry at the new roof, maybe the listing photos, and we updated the years. Those are the things that we did to this account that made the value change. We also robbed Peter to pay Paul in a sense, because the land value went down. So the land value has changed downward. And I think it's possible that maybe you gave us a plat, or someone gave us a plat that showed that we had an incorrect value on the land, or incorrect maybe square footage on the land or something like that. Anyways, there's a note in the account that we changed the land per plat, and this was October 11th of 2019. So this account has had a lot of work done to it, both positive and negative. It looks like we removed land value because we were incorrect on it. So not sure where we're at, but I think I might be done.
You're out of time. Gary, you have 2 minutes now for rebuttal.
Well, and not to be disrespectful, but not my first rodeo. But I mean, by decreasing the land value and increasing the improvement value significantly, in future years, now that gives the appraisal district the opportunity to increase the land value in future years, which is something I cannot protest. So, this basically ties my arms. So I think it's inappropriate, but that's my opinion, and that's really all I have to say about the matter.
Okay, Ray, you have a minute for closing, and then Gary, you have a minute for closing.
If the appraisal district was to raise the land value here, then the homeowner could definitely protest that. That's something that could be protested. The land value changed downwards, and the improvement value went upwards. The listing information had something to do with that. A site visit, we drive the county, had something to do with that. The 253% is not illegal. We haven't done anything that we don't do all the time. Taking something out of distribute value always causes a problem like this. It's thinking when decisions are made and they're put in distribute value and the stuff is not removed, then it's ripping off a Band-Aid. Furthermore, the $280,000 of value on this place on Water Street does not seem unreasonable, like at all seem unreasonable. And that is our job, is to be at market value. That's something that we have to do here. So I don't know. I don't know where to go with the value if it's not 280.
Okay, Gary, you have 1 minute for closing.
Okay, I'll make it quick. I mean, I started this process with not, really not so much in protest of the overall value. It's just the way that the numbers were changed, and that is to significantly increase the improvement value, which is the structure, and 253%. And yes, there was a lowering of the land value, but I think that's going to, what I would like on record is that I think that's going to be to my detriment long term. I mean, we've been in this house for a long time. This is our second home, and likely we will be there for a long time.
Okay, it's time. The ARB has 5 minutes for deliberations, and I have a question for Ray.
Yes.
When you talk about the distributed value on that property, did something strange happen and why it got to 136.6?
Strange. Not that I
you
know of.
said it recalculated, and
Yeah,
I got lost in there somewhere.
So a distribute value is a value that's placed into a system, into software that tells the software not to calculate, but to go to whatever value is typed in. It's a override function. When those are put in, they often have a purpose. Like someone is doing something for someone that is beneficial. The problem is when they come out, then all kinds of haywire happens. Like they calculate, but not only do they calculate, but they may calculate with a neighborhood adjustment for the first time, which this account has. It has a 127% or 27% extra going into the improvement. So not only did it calculate on its cost codes the first time, but it also calculated for the first time probably with an extra 25% that we put on all of South Rockport. So it's like, it's frustrating. I mean, I'm frustrated with it. I hate it every time we see it, because it's not like I can look at some number and say, add this number to this number and you get this number. I have to say, well, we're calculating now and we weren't. That's all I can say.
Okay, but so you're not uncomfortable with the 136.6?
I'm not uncomfortable with the 280 on Water Street.
Okay.
I just don't see what I'm missing there.
Ray, you didn't address two things that I'm concerned about.
Okay.
Our garage was destroyed and it wasn't replaced.
Okay.
Our third bedroom and bathroom was destroyed and not replaced.
Okay.
Are they on the card?
Let me look, because I don't know.
I was gonna ask the same question.
The garage, Charlie, is on the card, but it's on for $300, like it's just a placeholder. Same way with the pier.
Well, the pier he
Well,
just lost in Hannah, so
The
that
pier was a
doesn't-
Hannah thing, so that doesn't
Yeah.
count.
that doesn't count anyway.
Yeah.
We should check to see if the square footage is
looking at
correct.
I'm looking at the card right now, and I see a main area, a porch, which is that porch in the front, an SD1, which is a shed, and it's right there. You can kind of see it. The photo's not that great.
Yeah, I
But
got it.
there's actually not the SD1 set in the description says detached garage, but it's really not. It's a shed. That stands for shed detached. One is as low a class as we can put on a shed and it's $300.
Okay, I just want to make sure they weren't some $10,000 garage sitting there.
No, I understand. That garage that's beside it there is on the other property, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I see it. Okay.
So, what do you think, Charlie?
I think we ought to go to, what was it, 278?
278,
Was the
040,
median
let's just
value.
make it 278 even.
Yeah,
Okay, Robert?
I agree. Yeah, the comp equity grid is,
Exactly.
supports that.
And I'm not sure, I don't have on my sheet, I only have Q1, 2, and Q5. I don't have any other issues that were being
Well,
protested.
on the protest form itself, there were two other, you're looking at the affidavit.
Yeah,
Protest.
the protest form is Q1, Q2, also other hurricane damage is checked, and also checked is incorrect appraised market value or land under special appraisal for ag use, open space, or other special appraisal. And you guys need to rule on those things.
There's no special
That's correct.
appraisal, and we have addressed the hurricane damage. It's been taken off the card.
So I only have to address Q1 and Q2 and 05 and
Wait.
5.
Well, you have to address all four.
What is ag use? Is that Q what?
Other special appraisals. There are none.
Oh, other special appraisals.
There is none. And the hurricane damage has been taken off the card already.
You want me to make the motion, Kathy? I've got it in front of me here.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm a little confused on the last one.
Okay. So I make a motion on account number 27866, considering the incorrect appraised market value, Q1, the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, Q2, Q5, other hurricane damage, and also special appraisals, that we lower the 2020 value from $280,890 to $278,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Case is closed. Now, Mr. McGee has another one. Opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1505, account 65627. Gary, I'm going to skip the script all the way down to where I have to do some affidavits.
Very good.
ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I live in Pickarazi, who's a notary and the board signature. I also am located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Gary, as I mentioned before, we're assuming you're under oath for the duration of the hearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. District go first or you go first?
I think I'll go first.
Okay. You
Hey,
have
you have
5
5
minutes.
I'm sorry, did I miss something there?
No, you have 5
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I think this is a little bit more science to it, which I like. I'm going to jump down and I'll jump around. I use some of the comparable values and on the document that I sent in, which was 1122 Water Street, 1110 Water Street, and 1024 Water Street. And I provided the square footage and the price, and then the price per square foot. And what you'll see there is that it ranges from $17 a square foot all the way up to $42 a square foot. And so if you look at the value that they're trying to assess on this property at 1128, it would be $320,000, which is about between $35 and $36 a square foot. So I guess my point and my evidence in this is that I'll read some history here. So we did list this property back in which was inclusive of January 1st, 2018. We listed it for $274,500, had it on the market for 148 days, and had absolutely no interest in it. So that's a data point. Another data point, we do have, and I did not submit them, but we do have photographic photos of the erosion that's taken place along that property, actually both now with Harvey and following up again with Hannah. As we said, Hannah is past the January 1 date, but just be mindful of that as we talk about that. And then the other thing is, so the thing that's very limiting about this, and I'll get into it a little bit more here in just a second, is the geometric shape of this property is such that you could think of it as kind of a triangle. And so that creates some real limitations for us here. The thing of it is when you go to build, so as far as assessing value, if you're going to build something, you have setbacks, and you have setbacks from the street, and you have setbacks from the bay. And so my point that I want to make here, relative to why I think that this should be priced at the low end of the price per square foot, is that lots that are deep, even if they're narrower, do not lose as much square footage that you couldn't potentially build on. But in this case, this lot is it's wide, but it's not very deep. So it's with the required setbacks, you're very limited to what you could potentially build. So in other words, and I put a footnote at the bottom, if you actually do the calculations and you times 25 feet, which would be an offset from the street, by 125 feet, which is the width of the property, that's over 3,000 square feet. And if you have that on the front and the back of the property, then your property that you could potentially develop is actually very small for this particular lot. So based on this math and these numbers, I don't think that this price per square foot should be at the high end. It actually should be just the opposite. It should be at the low end. And so I think something down in the range of the low end of that. And I kind of came up with a number, and you know, I calculated a value to be like $180,000 if you look at some of these comparables that you guys submitted to us. So basically, that's my case, and I hope I'm still within the 5 minutes.
Yep, you are. In fact, you're just out of time just now. So
Okay,
the
perfect.
district now has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes for presentation. Ray, you've got 7 minutes.
Yeah, okay, give me a second. Just give me a second.
Okay,
All right, you can start my time. For
I
sure.
did.
Okay. What's the value of the one next door? What's the total value next door?
320, 350.
Okay, so y'all can see the photometry right now or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
you need
the-
to move. Yeah, we can see it.
Right, the subject lot's value is 320, right?
Yeah.
The lot next door is 260. I'm just giving y'all that for reference. I want y'all to have reference on this. So that's 260, that's 320. The same things are under protest, I think, as last time. Q1, Q2, other is not checked, but the ag thing is checked. So this property, y'all see where it's at. So we'll look at market. We went and got land sales from around the county. There's not a lot of water, especially there's actually not very many properties on Water Street that have this attribute. And I think y'all are familiar with that. Most of the properties on Water Street are on the west side of the road, not the east side of the road. So if you look at the comps here, one of the things you'll notice is that the square footage looks pretty good. 8,000, the other one's 8,000, 7,000, 260, 260. Of course, the comps are one of those comps is in Bahia Bay. One of those comps is in Islands of Rockport. So then you come down here and you look at the third comp, which is twice as big, and it is in Key Alegro. So I would give us a C grade on the comps. Market here, I think this first comp is the one that I showed you guys as far as what's next door. Then there's another Water Street comp that's about twice as big. The problem is it's going to be it's going to not be on the east side of the road. It's going to be that water view with maybe waterfront east or something like that going on. Then there's these other comps. Now comp number 3 is possibly, let's see where 71193 is, Scott, just for the heck of it. It's valued at 250. 71193. It's going to be, it might be on the same side of the road. It is. It's kind of long and narrow. How far away? Is it just right there, right? Okay, it's right there. All right. So it's 250 and then 260 and then 320. This is a tough one, I think. Is it the buildable area is, I think he's got to be right about that those setbacks as that lot narrows. Scott, can you measure that bottom side right there? You can just click the little line up there. That's fine. Yep. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I got you. 42 feet. I have no idea what the rules are as far as that. That's 84 feet. Gosh. Trying to think this through. The other side of it is, I guess, if I was just going to be argumentative, is it's also pretty nice to have that much beachfront. That's pretty that's pretty slick. That's a, that's a bonus thing here. Well, instead of stuttering and stammering, let me just stop and let's go to the next portion of the program.
Okay.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
can I ask you, please, your comps, you had a comp in there that was roughly 6,000 and something square feet.
Okay.
It was, and I think the price was 260. Is that right?
Well, there's an 8,000 square foot comp and a 7,000 square foot comp.
6197.
Comp number one on the comp.
Comp
equity
number
bridge.
one, 6197.
Okay. Okay.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
That's that one right there, Charlie. That's the one next door.
Yes.
Is that all you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
All right, then, Gary, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal, so 4 minutes.
Okay. First off, addressing the beachfront issue, I would say that the beachfront issue, while that was a nice, not nice to say, yes, it's nice, but when you're on the west side of the road, you're much less at risk for erosion than when you're on the east side of the road. And that's one of the points was we have had erosion. Okay. So that, there's an advantage. Just back into this, the comp that y'all were just talking about, number one, 1122, which is the adjacent property. So that's 6196 square feet is what I have at 260. If you account for the offset, okay, if you back out the 2,500 square feet, which would be what would be the offsets on both sides of the property, that leaves you with 3,696 square feet, okay, to build on. All right. When you back out the square footage on the lot that we're discussing, my lot, which is 1128, you only come up with 2,723 square feet that you're left to build on. So basically, I have 2/3. The lot next to me that's appraised for $60,000 less. I have 2/3 of the same property to build on that they do. So, I mean, these numbers just are glaring to me. They're glaring that when you look at the property that you can actually build on because of offsets, basically, if this 260 number is good, I should be at 2/3 of that because I only have 2/3 of that exact area to build on. So that's a very good comp.
Okay, you still have a couple of minutes. Do you want to add anything else?
I think the numbers, I believe the numbers speak for themselves, but since I do, I want to thank everybody that's for both of these hearings. Charlie, Kathy, Robert, and Ray, thank you guys for your time today. And, I appreciate it. For you guys listening to me talk. So, I'll use a little bit of my time to just say thanks for y'all's involvement today.
Well, thank you. Okay, well, the district at this point still has 2 minutes.
Okay. So the value of the land, especially in waterfront land, it's not only in the buildable area. That's not the only part of this land that retains value. There's other attributes with this land that give this land value. The building part of it, if you drive out to Copano Ridge and drive down Ridge Harbor Road, you can see some pretty interesting things that people have done with small lots to get the house that they want. It is a challenge. Obviously you guys can make any decision you want. I am basically, all that I have left to say, I think, is that in my mind, I would not want this land to be lower in value than the property next door. I would
Which
not
is it?
want, I would not want it to be lower.
That's a 260. Is that right? It's a 260?
It's a 260. Yeah, that is correct. And now you guys, you guys make your own decision. I'm just wanting to put that on record that I actually believe that even given the issues with this lot, if you were gonna, I would still choose this lot over the other one. Even though it has less buildable land, I would pick this lot. But who knows? Maybe 50-50 people out there would make that decision. I don't know. I just don't want it to be less than 260. That's it.
Okay. I think we're done. It's time for the ARB for their 5 minutes of deliberation.
The comparison to the lot next door. If we start with the base of 260 for the lot next door and take into account the fact that this has less buildable space, but it has more waterfront, I'm going with 275.
I don't think so. I think I'm more at the 260 mark, and for a variety of reasons. First of all, the comps that they gave us, the comps on this property were horrible. I'm sorry, Ray, but
no, it's okay. You notice I didn't spend a lot of time talking about.
Yeah, because other Bahia Bay and wherever else you compared it to have absolutely nothing in common with Water Street. So I find that coming up with the median equity and marketing value based on those properties was not reliable numbers. I think the fact that knowing what the setbacks are from the street, I believe it's 25 feet. I don't know what it is from the water, but you're Ray's right. You can do some pretty unique things with property, but there's very small buildable piece on here. And as far as the waterfront is concerned, if you could put a bulkhead in there or whatever, it's pretty pricey. So I'm with the 260.
I could be had.
Yeah, I'm more with Kathy. Yeah, when you look at the buildable square footage, the property owner's got a good point here. I'm really more 260.
I can be had.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion on account 65627. I don't know if I get these all right. Addressing incorrect appraised market value, appraisal ratio exceeding median level. The other issue on Hurricane was discussed. An incorrect appraised or market value of land under special appraisal for ag use. Based on what the property owner brought forward and what the district did, we're going to lower the value to $260,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're done. Gary, that's it.
Thank you, folks.
Okay, Gary, I don't know if I mentioned before, but if you would fill out that survey for us, we would really appreciate it. It's about your experience with the appraisal review board.
Sure. Is that and I apologize, is that something y'all are going to email me or?
It'll come with the papers that explain what we just did.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, what's next?
I'm gonna go find out.
We got somebody on the line here. I don't like having them tell us what.
Well, it's maybe Perkins, 1696.
Do you have a telephone number on there or anything?
But I do have a 1696 here.
Okay.
Well, we have a Vasquez.
1696.
Vasquez is in person.
Okay, we got an in person, Vasquez. It's property number 65795.
He went to go get gas real quick. The wife is outside waiting for him to come back. Just to let y'all know.
Oh, is there someone on the phone too?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to grab him?
Well, if he's not here,
That's up to
Why is
y'all.
it-
That's completely up to y'all.
Well, it's up to Charlie.
Yeah. You hear me, Charlie?
What's up?
What's going on?
Person left to go get gas that was here. We also have someone on the telephone. And it's your
Who was
choice.
supposed to be here at 3 o'clock?
They were here sitting in their car. And he had to get gas.
We take the one on the phone. He's here.
Okay.
I got it.
The only one?
1696.
All right, I'm admitting them right now.
Okay.
Ms. Perkins? Ms. Perkins? Ms. Perkins, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. This is Charlie Powers,
Okay.
the Appraisal Review Board. Okay,
Hi, how are you?
fine, thank you, ma'am. We've got some administrivia to take care of before we get started, so just bear with me, follow along. I got a couple of questions at the end.
Okay.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1696, account 88-10519. This hearing is being recorded. We're the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. On Zoom are Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and myself, Charles Powers. We do not work for the Appraisal District. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the Appraisal District office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 41.45H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all of your evidence?
I believe so.
Very good. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F. I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I'm Elizabeth Grazi, notarizing the board member signatures. I also located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true.
Ms. Perkins,
Yes, sir.
you signed the affidavit, so I'm assuming you are under oath for the duration of this hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You hold an appraiser's license in the state of Texas?
Do I own appraiser's license? No.
Do you have an appraiser's license?
No, sir.
The governor made me ask that question. I want you to be,
Oh, okay.
I want to be clear about
I
this.
thought, am I supposed to?
No,
Okay. No, I do not.
thank you. Do you have the hearing procedure times page handy? It was a chart that was sent with your package that shows the presentation, cross-examination, rebuttal, and closing time?
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
sir, I do.
Great. Okay. Now, would you like to speak first, or would you like Ray to speak first?
I guess Ray can.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me. Whatever order.
Before Ray gets started, I want to point out on our sheets, we have Q1, Q3, and Q5, and on the property affidavit, David, there's only Q2.
10-4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
on the original protest form, it was Q1, Q2, and Q5.
Okay, that's
No.
correct.
Okay, I only see, well, go ahead. Q1, Q2, and Q what?
5.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at the picto real quick so everybody can see where we're at. It may take a second for you to get your bearings on this one. That road out in front there is Highway 35 going to Aransas and Rockport. That's the old way to Aransas. So that the property is right there. That dirt road in front of it is Kasuth Street. And if Scott was to scroll down just a little bit, you would see Cove Harbor.
Oh, okay.
So Paradise Key and Cove Harbor is right down there. And then up a little ways there is 12th Street, and it intersects with Kasuth and so on. And the subject property is right there. Let's see here. Let me get into our evidence. All right. We have a value of 182,920. It's got a cap loss of 31,000, assessed value of 151 and change. You look at the sales approach to value here, you'll notice that we're on the 2000 block of Kasuth. On the 2000 block in the same Man Cove 12 Southeast neighborhood, this sale is from that area, sold in 19 for 227, adjusts out to 205. 2023 Kasuth, this is on the same road, the same dirt road, a couple of houses down, sold for 155 in 2020. Comps out to, or adjusts out to 178,521. Comp number 3 is also on that street, sold in 19 for 135,000, and comps out to, or adjusts out to 166,923. And then on the 2000 block of Dowdy, so this is right behind Kasuth, sold for 165,019 and adjust out to 174, giving a median value of 178,521. Oh, there's another comp. Sorry. This is right down 12th Street. This is probably a quarter mile away down 12th. This one adjusts out to 189,783. Sold in October of 19 for 139. Equity grid. So the equity grid is all, so let's see, the first two comps are in this Man Cove area, Man Cove 12th Southeast, Dowdy and Kasuth, median equity value 171, 196. The next two comps are on Kasuth, same neighborhood, same street. And the main difference between them is there's a little bit of a square footage difference, but it's build date. The build date is different. So these other comps have depreciation in them, and the subject property is not depreciating yet. That's it.
Okay. Is that it, Ray?
That's it.
Okay. Evelyn, you have 2 minutes for cross-examination, 5 minutes for your presentation. So I'm giving you 7 minutes.
Okay, and really all the basis, I guess, for my request is that the property values on South Kasuth, or the land values on South Kasuth, some of them are higher than the land values on South Dowdy. That street, South Dowdy, is paved. It has street signs, it has street lights, a stop sign. Okay, South Kasuth is a dirt road, literally a dirt road. You can see on picture number 2, I believe it is. I pointed, to where a stop sign should be. One of the neighbors had to put reflective lights there just so that, when you're turning the corner, you could at least see that. There's no, like I said, no street light, no stop sign, no street signs. Nobody knows that that's South Cassuth when they're looking for our homes. The other arrow is pointing to a fireworks stand that is within real close proximity of our homes, which we feel is a hazard, but no one does anything about it. Picture number 3, that's the dumping ground, the county dumping ground. This is a small pile. Sometimes, the pile is huge and there's tires dumped there that fill with water and mosquitoes, gather. And then picture number 4. And I know that probably has nothing to do with anything, but that's the meth lab that has moved in recently. So anyways, really the basis is that we have no paved street, no signs, no lights. And I feel that our property or our land values should be lower than those on South Dowdy.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add? You still have some time.
Really, that's, the basis for my request. I don't have any other information. Their values, there's some values on South Dowdy that are much lower than those on South Cassuth. And I feel they have, like I said, the paved streets, street signs, street lights, whatnot. And we don't have any of that. I believe some of the land values over there average out to about $4 a square foot. My home in particular averages $4.57 a square foot, whereas some of the other homes are even higher than that on South Cassuth. And, I don't know if they're doing anything about it, but I certainly feel that mine should be lowered based on that information.
Okay. If you're through, then the district has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes to rebuttal.
Evelyn, right? Evelyn, that's
Yeah.
Evelyn. So when you're talking about the $4 versus the $4.57, if we went to $4, it would change your value by $6,000. Is that really what? I mean, is that something that's satisfactory to you? I'm trying to not be insulting here, I guess, in a way. I'm using you said $4, which just made me punch numbers into a calculator. And
right.
And so you kind of hear me on this. What the appraisal district is saying is that you could sell your house for $182,000. If it's better for you to say you would sell your house for $176 and then your land is worth the $4 a square foot and not worth $4.57, if something like that makes you feel better about this, then I'm okay with that. If not, we can keep on going.
Okay. Yes, like this is my forever home. I'm not here to make money. I bought the home,
Yes, I understand. But the appraisal,
based on my budget.
yeah.
May I say something?
Yes.
Please. If you look at your grids,
yeah,
it should be brought down to 178,521, which is about $4,000.
Yes,
if
sir.
you then take your calculation for the 57 cents off the land, it takes another $6,000. The total would be $10,000 reduction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to argue. I really don't. I understand. Here's the thing, guys, is when you look at this, when you look at what we did, it's all based on sales. So we had 4 sales, and I'm telling you, you can literally throw a rock from her house and hit every one of these sales. So we had to do something. We changed the improvements and the land in this area. So someone can tell us, hey, you adjusted the land too much. All right, fine. that just means we didn't adjust the improvements enough. And so I don't want to get hung up on that. And is this $182,000 house or $172,000 house? Again, I'm not interested in getting hung up on that. This is a market move. It really, that's all it is. We are adjusting to the market here. And you can see just on Cassuth Street, we were pretty good, right? Comp number 2 sold for 155. We were at 151. Just to give you guys an example, comp number 3 also on Cassuth, just almost right next door, right? It sold for 135, but we're at 140, which is okay. It's $5,000 high on one and $5,000 low on the other, which is what gives me the freedom to say 182, 172. Okay, fine. Yeah, whatever. I'm good with that.
I have a question. Are we taking into consideration all the factors of the meth lab and the fireworks and the
No, because the market did this. You know, she's right. Everything that she said is right. The road is dirt. The road holds water. She didn't mention this one. There's road noise. There's a fireworks stand. All of this area has drug problems. The cops spend a lot of time down here. And even though all of that happened, 2 people on the same street, and the street is only 5 or 6 houses long. So 1/3 of the homes sold last year. 1/3 of them on that street.
Okay, I think we're at, I think Ray, you're through with your rebuttal.
Yeah, I've talked too much again. I'm through with everything.
Go ahead. Okay, Evelyn, you have 2 minutes if you'd like for protest rebuttal.
Okay, I'm just not sure where everything stands at this point.
Okay, Ray was saying he would be comfortable, I believe, Ray, I won't put words in your mouth, at 172,920, is that correct?
I have no problem with that number.
Okay.
Evelyn?
That would be taking that off of the property value?
Be reducing
or
your
of the
value.
land value, I guess.
Of the total.
So how much would come off the land value, I guess?
No, it's $10,000 off the bottom line, off the total.
Okay.
So instead of 182,920, you would take 10,000 off, it'd be 172,920.
Okay.
A $10,000 reduction.
Well, yes, I mean, that definitely helps. Like I said, I bought the home based on my budget. When people have come to see my house, the first thing they see is, you know, the county dumping ground, the meth lab. And, you know, that's after they've driven around looking for my home because there's no street sign. But yes, I mean, anything is going to help me and I appreciate it.
Okay, District, you have 1 minute for closing.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those things where, gosh, I just agree with everything that she's saying. And then I have this sale activity all around her. And I really believe with all my heart that she's dealing with, this is really a snapshot of that Rockport market. So if I was going to be hard-headed, I would just say 178 and that's it. That's what the numbers say. But, you know, I mean, 172, I'm good. I'm good either way.
Okay. All right. Evelyn, you have 1 minute for closing if you'd like to use it.
No, I just appreciate anything that you can do for me.
Okay. The Appraisal Review Board has 5 minutes for deliberation.
172.
I go with 172. Yeah, she's not on a paved street. Yeah.
It's got a lot of issues. So we'll take off the 920 and make it a 172 even.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, on account 8810519, and addressing incorrect appraised market value and appraisal ratio exceeding median level of appraisal and any other issues that might affect the price of the property. The appraisal review board has agreed to lower the price to $172,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Evelyn, that's it. 172.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Evelyn, you'll
All
get
right.
some information in the mail, and with that, you'll get a survey about your experience with the appraisal review board today. We'd really appreciate it if you'd fill it out.
Okay, I will.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okey dokey.
Anybody else? Are we done?
No,
Oh,
I think we had the fellow who went for gas.
who's that? What was his time? I mean, he's like, it's 4:30.
He was here. He was here and he went for gas.
We've been waiting with the vehicle running, keeping the air on.
Is he back?
I believe so.
Okay.
Is this 1012?
Only one left.
65795.
Yeah, that's the only one left on the 3 o'clock docket.
Okay.
Let's bring him in.
All right, I'll go get him. They're working with a couple of people, so they're getting their temperature taken and all this stuff that they gotta do. They're on their way.
They?
Two people at least.
Oh. Okie dokie.
I didn't expect it beyond that. They're working on it.
The only thing is checked is Q1.
Sure. Yeah, but. But that part of it, like the one, what about the guy? What about the one earlier where the guy saying like that's me, it's the right of way.
Yeah.
On the road, you know, like Austin Street or whatever. You know.
Yeah, it just seems like that that would get done because it's so big.
But it's,
You know, it's right when you're entering town.
You get people who are willing to do it, some of them want to do it, and then they'll go, and the county will do it for them, and then assess them all for
Yeah.
60% of the value of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then they're saying, like in my neighborhood, I mean, the thing is, that's part of the developer paid to do that. In this case, no one's paying to do it, they're just, they'll just build houses and people will buy them and don't care.
Yeah.
You know, and so why does anybody do it? It's just in the end when the homeowner, yes.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Mr. and Ms. Vasquez are here.
Okay.
Okay.
Be right here. Yeah, nothing posted on that side. That way you can look over here.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay. Opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1012, account 65795. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. On the panel this afternoon is Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and myself, Charles Powers. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form an email to ptad.communication@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Mr. Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, do we have all of your evidence?
They indicated yes.
Okay. The ARB members who are considering your protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F. I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Elizabeth Garazi, notarizing the board member's signature. I also am located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
Well, I, Ray Presley, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct. You guys will have to do this also.
Mr. Vasquez?
Right.
Okay. You're gonna take me on the federal leader or the same thing later.
Okay. Pretty okay. Right on him. Okay. Sure. They see your screen anyway.
No, they see that screen. That's sharing. I can make this.
I'm sorry, what's happening?
I'm discussing the direction that the person is facing. They're facing right into the monitor here, the projector. And so I'm blocking the projector so that it doesn't shine.
Okay.
And they're getting them to say their thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're waiting for you.
Are you preliminary on things of 15 minutes? Are you still thinking the first review board of the 1% first review or
Different.
in other words?
Okay. And you're not.
Are we done?
Almost.
So we're gonna have
signing
this
now.
selective do it too.
Okay, I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I spoke second to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Okay.
Hey, Beth, have him move around on that side so that the projector is not.
Okay. Slide the chair.
We're gonna have to, yeah.
Because they're trying to direct on and they're on the block.
Okay.
Tell me when I can proceed.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Get ready.
Go ahead,
All right.
Charlie.
Okay. Mr. Vasquez,
Yes,
you're on the table in front of you is the hearing procedure times. Do you see it?
No, on the table.
right here.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the
They see it.
That's the procedure we're going to use throughout the hearing. The first question is, do you want to go first or to speak first, or do you want the district to speak first?
You want me to go first? Okay. All right, it looks like under protest here is market value. And let's look at Picto, and we're also going to look at the sales comps all at the same time. So Scott, if you will pull up Picto, we're showing aerial photography. So this is the subject property right here.
Okay.
All right. So 14206. You don't have to go anywhere, Scott. It's right across the street. That property right there sold for $50,000 in March of 20. So 5 months ago, that property sold for $50,000. We have it valued at $50,000. That's the thing. All right, there's another property. It's on Moore. This is Young. Moore Avenue is just a little bit to the north, I think, here. 14249. We'll get it set up here for you. So there's yours. There's the first sale. So 14249, Scott, you'll have to, yeah, it's on, I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Let's all find out together. It's right there. So we'll zoom out and we'll see where this one's at. It also sold for 50,000. So, all right. So, Scott, will you drag it up? Okay, so the subject, do you see your property down there, Mr. Vasquez? It's right there. No, down, right there, up, right there. That's your property. All right, so here's our case. Across the street from you, $50,000. That blue box up there, $50,000. All of them within the last 12 months. We changed the value of the land. We revalued the land based on those two sales. There's another sale in the grid here. It's on Sawyer, and then there's one on Crane. They're real similar, but we don't have, this is the reason we did it, is those two sales, we had to do something. That's the jump. That's the jump, you know. This stuff out here sells better than you think. People do stuff out here with this land. It's actually a little better than some people give it credit for. So, does your land flood or anything like that? How does it do when it rains?
It's flowing just when rain a lot.
A lot?
Yeah, because I have 2 farms, so they get water a lot. A lot of water. But
okay.
Just when it's rain a lot.
Okay.
So right now it's I have a farm like it's not leveling very well.
Yeah.
Leveling in.
So when it rains a lot, you get some water in here.
Yeah.
And you get some water back here.
Yeah, in the front of the road. So
and what are y'all gonna do with this?
Right now?
Are y'all gonna live here one day?
No.
No.
So we clean it, but not leave it there.
Okay, you just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Sometimes I go to clean it.
Okay, I understand. Okay. What we can do, I mean, we try to keep an eye out for flood issues because we know that sometimes there are issues. So I guess just from talking with you, my opinion would be to put like a 80% or something on here, and which would be, it's not going to be a whole lot, but I mean, it's something. Let me just see. It'll change it to 41,880. That'll show a 20% for flooding issues, drainage, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Because also the road is a caliche, pero
Yes, sir.
when
Yes, sir.
when it's flooding, I can pass because
Of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay. I'm gonna stop now, and then the review board's gonna let you have a turn to talk, or we'll figure this out.
Okay, so if you just put in 41.
Well, no, you let the review board talk to you real quick.
Okay.
And see what
Okay, would you explain to them, if they can't understand me, that they have 2 minutes, they actually have 7 minutes to talk about their issues with the property?
So you guys can talk about your issues. If you wanna, you can keep talking about your issues.
It's because we don't have good English, so.
Right.
I can't explain how is
Right.
the different situation.
That's okay. We're patient.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if we can.
No, it's okay.
do something. No.
no more.
No, it's because
Okay.
Ray, do you want I don't know if they can understand me or hear me, but are you saying that you would be okay with 41,880?
Yeah.
Yes. I
Could
think
you
so.
ask them if they would be comfortable with that amount?
Are y'all okay with that if they make that decision?
well, but it's better from the other.
Yes. And we can put it in the account, and it'll be more of a permanent thing. So we can actually kind of clean it up a little bit as far as the numbers go. So it'll stay in there, because we understand that there's flooding issues out here, but our hands get tied when people right across the street from you pay $50,000. I mean, it's right across the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, why don't we make it 41,800?
Yeah.
Robert and Charlie, you okay? And is
Yeah.
the
Yep, I'm good
property
with
owner?
that.
I can't understand them, but are they okay with that?
Yeah, I think we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're good.
then I'm gonna make a motion on count 65795 regarding incorrect appraised market value. Based on what we've heard from the district and from the property owners, we're going to reduce the property value by 20%, bringing it to a value of 41,800.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're done. Mr. Vasquez, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're done.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it, right?
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Sorry
Thank you
about
very
that.
much.
Thank
I
you.
understand, but it's okay. I understand a little bit, but I understand. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, are we done for the day?
I ran out of,
That's it, guys. That's it for the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
Monday
so
morning.
Scott, are you gonna bring
Motion.
this stuff? Is Scott
Motion
gonna
to
bring this stuff on Friday, or is he gonna pick this up tonight?
I believe I'm coming tonight, and I'll bring you Monday tonight and pick this up tonight.
Okay,
And Charlie, if you want, I can pick up tomorrow, or you can sign today, either one.
why don't you pick up tomorrow? It's getting late.
Okay, but I'll drop off tonight, and then I'll just pick them up on my way in the morning.
All right.
All right.
thank you. Everybody have a good weekend, so we'll see you all on Monday.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
I
Oh,
move that we
I
adjourn
make-
today's meeting.
Second. I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, Scott.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right, take care. The nurse never showed up.
What?
Said the nurse never showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, he raised the meeting.
I don't know.